one hand, I was taking Prozac and it worked beautifully for me. And on the other hand, I always had this underlying feeling of stigmatization that I'm taking medication for a mental health issue and somehow it makes me a lesser person. Or I should be able to do this on my own and not depend on medication. Now, the funny thing is that you can be taking medication for blood pressure, for diabetes, for countless other things. But when it comes to these mental health issues, somehow taking medication becomes this stigma or like a something that needs to be hidden and to be ashamed of. This is, of course, I'm talking about 15 years ago, and the story is very different now with me. But because of this, the stigma, that we attach to taking medication or seeing counselors or therapists if we need help with mental health issues, I left Prozac 3 times only to restart each time I left because my anxiety symptoms came back, and each time they came back worse than the previous time. So in a way, the acceptance of my own mental health issue, which was chronic anxiety, was a process that took me many years. Although rationally, I kept on telling myself, it doesn't make sense. If this is something you need, what's the big deal? And I called myself I was a so-called advocate of mental health issues and this and that. But the cultural indoctrination is such, it's so deep that no matter what you say, so verbalizing it and actually accepting it or feeling it or really just accepting it is a different thing altogether. Because I wanted to be able to say that, I've done this on my own without taking any external chemical help. You do need other kind of help, whether it's chemical or not. It's whether you go see a counselor or a psychiatrist, and I was doing all of that. I just want to emphasize here, medication is not necessary for everyone. I truly believe that there are many ways to achieve, many different paths to achieving the same goal, but some paths work for someone and some don't work for someone. So for me, it was a combination of things. It was paying attention to my physical health, so regular exercising, looking after my diet, having a career, focusing on educating myself, channelizing my, let's say, anxiety into more productive activities, and then the medication. So I was able to strike a balance using all 3. But for some people, medication may not be necessary. But if it is, then please go ahead and take it. If you are healthy mentally, you are going to spread happiness and well-being around you. And since we're talking about acceptance, I just want to add something about, I just want to address all the dads out there. I'm not generalizing and I don't want to put everyone in the same box, but I have come across so many mothers who are struggling with their children because their husbands refuse to believe that the child requires help, or there's something that may be wrong with the child, denial of diagnosis, or denial of emotional or mental health issues. Dads, your children need you, your wives need you, your support is necessary in this process. Denial only leads to neglect, and it's a waste of time. It is a protective mechanism because, it protects you from some kind of a fear of what may open up. But the fact of the matter is, the issue or the problem is not going to disappear. In fact, the sooner you address it, the faster you will come to some kind of a resolution, or the faster the things will get better or improve. But if you're going to push things under the rug, they're not going to disappear. They will just fester there, and eventually you will have no choice but to deal with them. So please, don't be in denial. The faster you act, the sooner you act, you will be doing a service, not just to your child, but to yourself and your entire family.